Hello, đang đà học dịch của team cabin luyện dịch. Sáng nay sáng thứ sáu và hôm vừa rồi mình có lỡ một buổi luyện dịch cabin cùng nhóm, thì hôm nay bây giờ mình cũng hoàn thiện cái bài tập này luôn. Hôm nay thì trong cái buổi livestream này mình sẽ thử một kỹ thuật mới, có nghĩa là mình sẽ không đặt máy quay vào quay mình nữa. Mặc dù là đôi khi quay mình cũng thấy thú vị ra phết, thấy các biểu cảm của mình trong quá trình mình dịch cũng hay. Nhưng mà đâu đó sáng nay khi mà luyện dịch cái clip vừa nãy cùng nhóm, thì khi mà mình đặt máy quay màn hình máy hướng về laptop, hướng về nhân vật khách mời, thì mình nhận thấy là đâu đó mình bị mất tập trung. Cho nên là mình sẽ luyện cái kỹ thuật này, có nghĩa là làm cái phần khó đi, có nghĩa là quay cái máy quay về phía laptop cùng một lúc, phải nhìn cả hai cái phần quay cùng một lúc để xem là tăng cái sự tập trung của mình trong quá trình dịch. Ok, clip này được chọn bởi Thúy ở trong team cabin, và những cái clip mà Thúy chọn cũng giúp phát triển cá nhân, cũng giúp chúng ta tư duy lại trong quá trình chúng ta học tập và chúng ta kết nối cuộc sống rất là nhiều. Cảm ơn Thúy nhá, và cảm ơn nhóm. Bây giờ mình sẽ chuẩn bị vào phần dịch. Ok, bây giờ mình sẽ quay máy của mình đó, hướng vào đây. Khi mà quay như thế này thì là phiên dịch sẽ có áp lực đấy, có áp lực là mình phải dịch kịp với lại diễn giả, hai người phỏng vấn, hai người hỏi ở trong nhóm, cho nên là có áp lực đấy, có áp lực, và mình sẽ thử. Ok, rồi thử nhá. Đây là phần chia sẻ của anh Minh Beta. Cũng nhờ cái clip này mà mình biết là tác giả của bài hát Việt Nam ơi là anh này đấy, nếu không là mình cũng không biết luôn. Ok, rồi chúng ta sẽ bắt đầu nhé. Thiết bị đã sẵn sàng rồi. Hey, nào, hello everyone, welcome back to Innovator. Today we have Minh Beta sharing with you, with Vietcetera audience, and you also have the name Bùi Quang Minh, but most of people will call you Minh Beta, right? Hello, Vietcetera. Thank you, Century Vietnam, accompanying with Vietnam Innovator. Century is a real estate developer and the leading creator in Vietnam, with focus in building the office infrastructure in Vietnam, supplying the R-level space of working, and with a target to promote and connecting the community. Centuries repositioning the scenes and the ecology of real estate. You are known and under many different forms of activity, business activity, from cinema to music until film, right? Don't know, now talk about yourself. Are you a entrepreneur, or you are a singer, or you are actor? If to define by myself, I like to use the word creator. I'm the one who creates or build the content, because creator to me, I have many space to do. It can be the work of music, the work of film, or a new model of business, or an NGO, non-profit fitable project. As long as it connects with the value that I want to share, I want to explore and exploit something new, and I also get the inspiration from that, I will do that. Actually, before inviting you to postcard, I also do research about your background, about your work, about what you have invest and withdraw. So actually here I want to ask you to explore your experience with the audience before we talk about the founder, the startup of the ongoing business, but few of them exist their business. One of the things you are very succeed that you found and you exist from this, you doing business with donut, right? So can you share why you start business with that industry, and when is the time we should exit? Okay, at that moment I was working in Singapore. It was my third job after graduation from Australia. 2 years working in Singapore, I have many new experiences and giving me a lot of value. But other day I wake up, I didn't feel I got a motivation to go to work. So I asked myself the reason why that I felt that I need some creativity, energy, right? Get more in personal influence. But at that moment, I was quite young. At that moment, what did you do? At that moment, I was a commodity trading, trade the agricultural product with the physical good, like sugar, coffee, tons of good from this country to other country. I work for a multinational company of France in Singapore. I think that is not a long-term journey for me because it cannot help me to develop all of that creativity, energy, and it can help me discover what I like. Because I think creativity, energy is what really connected with me. Because when I was a child, I like to understand in many things, and that job didn't give me that chance. So that's the reason why I go and find another path. At that moment, I found the business model of donut very hot in Singapore. People just queue up for buying the donut, and that business is easy enough for me to understand, so that I can digest each component, a part, so I can understand. I can sell one donut for a customer. I can do A, B, C, D, and that brain can work and do research for that project. Even I work as a part-time for a donut restaurant in Singapore, and then share with them how can I work part-time there. No need the salary. And I can see how they operate the business, see the label, right? The label of the powder, and I connected with the suppliers in Singapore, so that I can ask about the source of material. I share with them I want to open the change in Vietnam, so I got the instruction and got the training from them step by step. And that moment, I sit and draw the logo of the trade and see how many types of donut I have. For example, with a lot of cashew, I put the name Lắm Điều because that is creativity I can make. That is a message for the child work that I can communicate with the outside world. That can inspire me a lot. So after your investment, it can develop quickly and have many other restaurants, right, in Vietnam. It is true that at that moment, you can open that business, but it seems that it stopped, right, in some journey, and it's time for you to exit the business. That is very important thing for people who do the startup, have the objective, like being bought by the big company or do IPO or sell for other person. At the moment, you decide to sell, exit the industry. So what makes you decide like that? Actually, the journey to start up during the first 2 or 3 years gave me a lot of exciting things and lessons continuously, from how to manage and operate and attract the customer, marketing, all of that strategy to do the business and start the business. I can learn by myself, because at that moment in that company, only me do all of that strategic thinking, high level thinking. All other people cannot help me with that things. So all of that fancy, interesting thing happened at the same time at the several first years, and the market respond very well with me. I think it's quite because of my passion, and so I did a lot of interesting things with that, from the new designing and also the new system of branding, and also the light in the restaurant. I learned a lot from the model from the Singapore. Many people think that this model is franchise from the foreign country, not made by Vietnam people, but it is all made by me from A to Z. But until the limiting point. At that moment, I didn't know how to teach me so that I can keep on going. At that moment, I had 6 restaurants. Among of them, one of it is a franchise in Da Nang, and 5 of them are operated by myself. And when I look at the data and feel that attraction in the market kind of stagnant and stop, that is a fast food product, kind of trending product, right? It is my point of view. So I've also feel that there is a stopping force in the market. If I continue and push, so it maybe it could not develop. Right. At that moment, my co-capital approached me and asked me to send them the data. So whether I need more capital to develop. To me, at this moment, it is a very good chance. I understand that, okay, with Doko is doing, it can stop there. But if we have different vision and turn it into the change of a cafeteria, bread, sweet, right, and professional in every chain, right, it can develop. But from my point of view, at that moment, I was very inconfident. I didn't apply the profile for my competitor. I thought that this project is very small, very ashamed, nothing to discuss. At that moment, I was 26 or 27 years old. I didn't send the profile, didn't follow up. I let the chance pass by. Then after that, I thought of how to develop more and more. So I think about the mindset. To develop more, I need to learn. So learn from whom? So in the company and on the network, I didn't know from whom I can study. So I need to study more, study MBA. So I decided at that moment, I tried to escape from the business model, right? And at that moment, I didn't think about how to collect them and package and do the branding and sell it for another fund. I didn't think of that idea. I just think that in each restaurant, some did very well with a good profit, but some restaurant was not doing very well. So I will sell each restaurant step by step, depending on the objective of the buyer. So I just sell one by one. Sold one. That is quite not a very good solution. But at that moment, I was perfect with that. So I skipped that business model. At that, looking back, I think I wasted the chance with my capital. I should have packaged that business and sold the whole company rather than sell each restaurant. But that is all I could do at that moment. So now, what is the time? When is the time I should escape? So to simply understand that when what we receive from that business model is not equal to the energy and the effort we put into that. So at that moment, we should find something else. We can exit totally or change the form or ask for the participation of other people, right? So escaping is not just about replacing, right? So do not, it's not only your business that you exit, but also other businesses. Can you share more about other businesses that you ever existed? What are they? In Beta Cinema chain of me, we have 18 sports. There are some sport I had to be out. It had to escape. For example, one sport, and I opened in Ho Chi Minh City in the second level of the trade center, right? The beginning was very okay, but then after that chain, the supermarket got bankrupt and stopped doing business. So at that center, very hard to attract the customer, right? Because the first level cannot attract the customer. That the position is not very good, beautiful to attract the client. To me, so in business, the data can tell us something. We need to respond, right? We shouldn't think in the way that because we invest in money, we have to follow. No. So then, for example, with other business model, we also invested but didn't create a good result good result like F&B restaurant. So to me at that moment, I was very suitable about to doing business about with a restaurant like full meal, right? Because doing business with full meal is very total different skill, total different operating. To me, we invest money, but we didn't. It is a good option, so we stop. So we have we damage, we lost a lot of money. So to us, it is the part of the game, right? When we chose with all of our mindset, with our expectation, but when the reality show us it is not like that, we have to learn and quickly respond with that. So with a serial entrepreneur like that, we need to have the sharpness, listen to the signal outside, and part of it is the data is one side, but also our intuition, our feeling, right, to make a decision. Now, if coming back with your business, one of your business is cinema. Why did you start with that cinema? That is not very easy for a private company. Because I have to play bigger game. Before I did the donut chain with 6 restaurants and I saw 8 of the restaurants, I was quite good with the revenue and profit. I did all of the chains about operating, managing, right? After I studied MBA in Harvard in 2 years, I think the bigger game next game would be bigger, right? So I find the question in that I will use all of the value of my life. So I like the something like relating to entertaining, media, public relation. So how I can find the model can connect all of that value. Because I realized that if I start to go into that path, it will continue to open the next window, next door, so that I have data to assess what I should do and shouldn't do, and then it can automatically connect all of that thing and give the full life for us in many aspects, in energy or passionate or enjoying life and satisfying about creativity aspect. That's the reason why I found the business model in that area. And at the end, when I go with the cinema area, because the data analysis is really matched with the expectation about the area, right? At that moment, Media Star was bought by another company with the value of 100 million USD. For seven cinemas. That's a very big value that attract me, and I realized that in a cinema area in Vietnam have many space to invest. So I realized that all of the cinema chain just focus on the high level customer. So with the customer with the low income, who will serve them if they go? So that is the chance for me. That's the reason why I decide to go into that field and try to find the business model to solve that problem exactly, and also bring the value of creativity, the innovation. And until now, I believe that Beta Cinema could create that model with a lot of breakthrough value, a lot of creativity, a lot of innovation, not just for Vietnam market, but also for other markets. We have the chances to do business, to apply that mindset in another foreign market or Middle East or other markets. Other secret markets. For example, if you don't study in Harvard, so your mindset or your knowledge are enough to analyze and operate this model, to analyze the market. We have many aspects because we just have one. Yeah, we just follow one way. We don't know, right? If I don't study Harvard, I can study Stanford or another university, right? What I want to share is when I study MBA in a professional environment and have a chance to connect with a very smart and determined brain, a creative brain, gave me a lot, give me the foundation, the base knowledge, right? But more important, it gave me a determination thought that I can do something big. And I think that this trust is really valuable because that the trust is one type of energy that connects a lot of things around us. Or it is simply that when we have a different mindset. For example, previously I worked in Doko and I try to become the best person. All of the time I want to prove, I have to prove that I'm the best person in the company. You cannot do the thing like me, like drawing logo or making a cup, a drink better than you. That is the mindset of a young man, really immature and with a very big ego. And then when I go study about managing, wow, the people who are good at managing doesn't necessarily to be the one who do the best in everything. And you don't have to show like that, because if so, you cannot take use of the energy and the ability of other people in the team. If you don't know how to step back, you don't know how to have other people to shine and to devote for the company. In Harvard, they share the sentence like this. A good manager is not a professional in every field. He or she simply is the one who can talk smartly with all of the spirit. So I realized, wow, it's a very simple lesson, but before I didn't know about that. And now, step by step, I can apply that, and it is really useful. Wow. Cái này hay á. Besides cinema, you also invest in film and also composing music and the song. There seems something you're really passionate for, and also related to music, into film, into stage. All of the things is that around your passion, right? So if sharing about your big goals, what is it? Actually, the passion for music, for public relations, with entertainings are one of my interests, but the energy of creativities are bigger. That is my interest. Besides that field, Beta Group also invests in technology of real estate, prop tech, or education, and upcoming we invest in healthcare. And I'm very excited with that field, because to be successful, I have to find the creativity in the way I operate, design the business model, and conduct that model and receive the response from the market and continue. Many people ask me, it seems that I do a lot of different things. It seems no connection among them, but actually to me, the connection is very clear. To explain clearly, the song Vietnam is a song I composed very by chance in the moment before I went abroad to study in USA. That is so real for me, because that is the real emotion and the energy I put into composing that song is not much. I just felt with that emotion and wrote that song in 30 minutes. I think that is a very beneficiary investment to me in this moment, because it's brought to me a lot of things, the affection, and brought the money and also the chances for me with the people in the music industry, and so the attraction from the government, right? I got the support from many people to do what I'm doing, and all of that value step by step connect with each other. But at that moment, when I composed that song, I didn't think of all of that thing later. I didn't think that I wrote this song, but I do the marketing for me and Beta Group, a better journey for me. I didn't think about that, because at that moment, the heart told me that I should go this way, this path. I need to have a gift, the message to share, to present with the people around. So step by step, it can connect viral with different things that I can do. And so business model or something I'm doing is kind of the same. Even with the thing I'm really passionate, like film or public relation, media, something like that, I follow that area because I think it's very interesting. But then I realized something really fancy, really wonderful, and I can learn in here. For example, like with the first film Ngày Mai Em Cưới, Tomorrow I Get Married. This is my first movie. That film is very interesting, except for my acting, my performance. At that moment, my performance is so not very good, but it's what I need to do because that how I did is help me to excel on the screen in film production, right? If I'm just the remote person, right, like the director of the film, right, I have another jobs. I just sit in the office and call and today whether you do good film. So when I want to do with that project, I need to join that project. So I decide to be the main actor with Diệu Nhi. I think it's a very risky action. So after this film, it's still very successful in trade. Even my acting was very bad. So I started to want to get to know more why I perform poorly, how to perform better. So I learned 5 courses of acting with Miss Diễm Uyên. And I only went to learn when I got a lot of bad comments from the audience, right? So I learned the acting skill, and then I understand, wow, acting is just like that. Not just expressing the emotion in the face and try to show the emotion, but to connect deeply with the thinking, with the emotion inside. And then when I learned that, I feel that, wow, I understand more about myself, understand more about my thinking, understand more about other people. And step by step, I can read the thought about the people, and all of the skill didn't come naturally, but it comes through all of the practice and paying attention into that detail. So that is the example to share with you so that you understand. Sometimes we trust in the intuition, the voice inside, and then we go so that we get more data, information to know why it matched with us. So all of that, those with me, they are connecting step by step and opening the bigger world for us with all the skill I have from investing in business, investing in music, understand about the film and make better film, understand more about the psychology, the thinking of people, or even have the creativity capacity to invest in the company of technology and to become a shark. All of that small thing connect and become the bigger picture. It's not just like from the age of 20 I can see everything, until the age of 40 I know that what I do at that moment. How could I know that? I just have a brief visioning, brief imagination about all of that. I care because I study about the math, right? So I optimize about everything in each stage. In this stage, I need to do this to get more information about this, and step by step, the life will reveal for us to discover. So that is the instruction for everyone. That sometimes we don't need to have a very clear plan. We just go ahead with the present, enjoy what we like, do what we're really passionate for, and step by step, the next chance will come, the other door will open. About designing, I can share with you the more long-term vision. It doesn't need to be clear, but the more short-term vision, it needs to be clear. That is about designing. For example, to describe about my life plan, I just need to know I care about creativity, about media, about entertaining and business. I will follow that, and also the value of the culture. That is a big picture I follow. I will follow the what about the culture, startup, innovation, business. That is a very big perspective, but in short-term vision, the project about like Beta Cinema need to be very clear how much benefit, how much profit it needs to create. the healthcare project. We want to launch. What is the time? What is the payback? The film we're doing, we try to show up in the cinema in the next year. So the profit, what is it? So that problem need to be very clear and based on the data that we have. So the more we approach into that, we have more information to deal with. So everything is not that everything is unclear, okay? So when we talk about the long-term plan, it's not necessarily to be clear, but the short-term plan needs to be very clear with the objective and result. So besides, with your sharing about cinema, people know that you involved in cinema. So and recently you also involved in Shark. Besides Minh Beta, people call you a Shark Minh. So Shark Minh, that position, where is it in your roadmap? Yes, it also fit very well with my roadmap because I think that startup or investment or nurturing the business model effectively and creating value for the society, that is the job, helping me and young people to create the value, create the influence for the society and find the breakthrough. And with the role, under the role of the Shark, I think that I have more capacity to help the young people have the broader perspective, have the better skill to develop that project and learn more, because it's just focus on the current project and my current team. I'm just narrow with my resource, but when I sit there at the shop and listening to their project, I feel wow, they are very good, fabulous, they are doing very well, so I can learn from it, and from that can change my perspective about many things. So that is the value. I feel that it's very near to my heart. I want to do that for sure. I'm the one who already do business. I have a lot of advantage in relationship about finance and experience. I also can help young people can optimize the path of development of each person, and it is the TV program, TV show, so it have a really good effect for the viewers, right? If we have the good information, good perspective, so that the audience can have better perspective, the satisfied value we can create. Wow, nói rất nhanh. Đã biết rồi. Hay phết đấy ạ. Minh, you are seen, you're known as not just the investor, but you're also the actor, and you are doing the podcast, right? You are a podcaster. Recently, I also saw your sharing, Wake Up With Me, or sharing about Harvard. So why did you start with your podcast? I always think in the mindset that optimization, beside all of the things I'm doing and Beta Group and all of the social activities I'm doing, I got a lot of value beside from reading the tips from Harvard. They have the management tips from Harvard sending to the readers every day to help us have better perspective about life, about managing, about business, because I get the value from that, so I want to share with other people. So I try to find a way to do this thing with the least energy. So from the content is from the text, so I asked the team to convert the text into the video in a very relaxing, easy way for me. So think of Wake Up With Me. I'm wearing the pyjama. I got the video in my home, in the garden, the bedroom, and with the content from the text available, right? I read that text. So I get a response in that podcast. I didn't have to prepare anything with that video, right? Where I just wake up and have the iPad preparation from the team. I share with you tip today of the Harvard, how to get what we need in the office, and I will share 1, 2, 3, and then I will share main thing like that. So that is very easy for me. That is my honest brain. honest thinking. I didn't need to rehearse. So that is one way of optimization. Because the final product to me is still very good, and with the very filtered information from Harvard, and that is the true thinking from me, and that can create the value from the young people who are the leader, who are the managers, and didn't have to put so much energy and effort, and very enjoyable. So with your podcast you're doing every morning or every week? Every week I have got the video one time, right? I get about 7 podcasts and I share with them. Actually, when I got five podcasts, then I need to mix with other things, because my brain needs to have something, some new thing, like share with mixture with new trend or psychology, or the response of me with some hot video in TikTok. So with your tips that you share with the audience, so which tips that you are really remember and match with your value? How to avoid the micromanage? I remember because they have many views, the most of views. When I do something, I have some KPI I measure by myself, right? But we also need to have the goals, right? So numbers, the easier figures to follow. So when I do that video, I pay attention about the views. That clip have 100,000 views. With that very brand new video with no advertising, I think it's a small success. It teaches us how to not micromanage. It reminded me a lot. Before I used to be a manager because I with a big ego, I think I'm a perfectionist, right? Later I think I need to have a broader perspective, avoid the micromanagement, so that I can avoid that stress, right? And more effectively. And now I'm confident to share with you I can achieve the level of working nearly no stress the whole day. And about 3 or 4 years ago, I couldn't do that. In one day, for sure, I wouldn't have a minute of being so tense, so stressful, and so annoying and regretful about something. But recently, I can achieve that level. That situation is really wonderful. How could we do that? I think that is for sure. Thanks to how I meditate every day. And from that meditation, I correct how I think, my habit. And when I meditate, I give up drinking coffee. I almost don't drink alcohol every day. And all of my thoughts are clearer and clearer. It's not wandering from one thing to other thing, and not so attached to other thoughts. And when I decide to have an option that is a very active choice. For example, when I need to brainstorm whether this location is a good place to doing business, that is my option. I take that information and to analysis, right? So how to achieve that is not easy. We have to experience the discipline so that we can do that. For example, now talking with Vietnam's Vietcetera audience, they are in many different ages. They have the question like, I need to know that, I want to hear that. They have some kind of interest. Most of them in the in the stage that they just finished the studying and going to join some startup, some company. So with your experience, you have a rich experience in startup, in company, and so investing and existing, succeeding, and also failing. So if you have 2 things to share with the audience, what are they? I think first is trust into our intuition and develop the skill to listen to the intuition effectively, because I think each person know what we need, what we want, but because of the noise from the outside society, from the pressure, from what we need to do, because of the hot thing of the trending, it will overwhelm and replace that inner voice. So how to develop the skill of listening to the inner voice? That's very important. Like before, I wondering whether to follow to studying economics or following the career of being a singer, right? I have to select one among two, but the inner voice inside always remind me, never give up what you really like about as a musician and creativity. And I'm very happy that I follow that voice, and now I can develop the career that connect all that value, and I create my very typical and special journey for me. It connect a lot of that value and take use of all of my advantage, and that is the inner voice. I'm very happy I didn't forget that inner voice. So young people, please develop the skill to listen to that inner voice and trust into that voice, that intuition, and believe in that. For sure, when we do the things in life, sometimes we have to select, right? We select one thing, we have to skip other things. We have to navigate, right? But never forget the inner voice. That is a very important thing. And second thing, try to find the best point, so that we have the best relaxation, the peaceful life. I believe that we can have that point. We don't need to have a stressful and tensing life, but still very effective life. Each of us will have different way. I'm not yet an expert in this area to give you advice, but just trust that, believe that we have a lifestyle like that. There's a lifestyle of no stress, no tense, but still effective. You will have your own answer, maybe meditation or exercising, or contacting with people with positive energy. That is achievable. So that's what I want to share with you. Thank you, Minh. Actually, we need to explore, to listen many things from you, but because of the limited time from the show. So once again, thank you, Minh, for your being with us with Vietcetera Innovator. Hope that we can listen to your upcoming sharing with your project. Thank you, Mero. Thank you, audience. Hope that we can come in back here early to talk with you. Thank you. Đây là một clip với tốc độ nói chia sẻ của MC và diễn giả cũng khá là nhanh, nhưng mà các thông điệp chia sẻ cũng rất là thú vị ạ. Rất là hay ha. Lắng nghe tiếng nói bên trong, lắng nghe tiếng nói bên trong của chúng ta, điều chúng ta thực sự yêu thích. Có kế hoạch rõ ràng, kế hoạch dài hạn có thể là chưa rõ nét lắm đâu, những kế hoạch ngắn hạn thì cần phải rõ ràng, và chúng ta hãy điều chuyển, navigate, hãy linh hoạt với các mục tiêu đó trong đời sống của mình. Cái anh tác giả của bài hát này, và anh cũng làm business, làm kinh doanh rất là thú vị. Rất là nhiều người giỏi đấy ạ. Thank you. Cảm ơn Thúy nhá. Clip rất là hay ạ.